Right lads, it's been a minute since I made a video. But you know what to say, new year, new me and all that shit. But anyway, getting into it. I have videos all lined up for the next 2 weeks, that's a guarantee. Monday to Friday every week. Might even get some stuff on the weekends, maybe some live streams depending how I'm feeling. But no promises, except for you've got 10 videos coming out over the next 2 weeks. So we're all set up, I have them all made and all, so there's no need to be stressing. Getting into the video. I'm going to give you my top 3 best loadouts. For multiplayer, you can actually use them in Warzone. That's what I've been doing lately. And they're both pretty good. Either way you use them. They're meant for multiplayer though. The 3 loadouts we've got, I'm going to show some gameplay now of them as I'm breaking them down. But the 3 loadouts we have is, in 3rd place, the Krig 6. In 2nd place, we have the MP5. And then in 1st place, we have the AUG. I'm going to break down all my class setups, all my attachments as we're going on now. At any point, if you like the video, hit that subscribe button. See, even in the bottom right there's a wolf logo. Tap that, you're subscribed. And obviously hit that like button if you're feeling it. Maybe drop a comment because I know I'll get back to you. That's it for now though. I'm going to give you the gameplay and me breaking down these guns as best as I can. Alright lads, so for the Krig 6, this is going to be my 3rd gun. Out of 3, this is 3. This is the worst gun basically on my list in my opinion. But it still made it to the top 3, okay? And we're going to start off with the optic. We're running a Microflex LED just for a nice precision sight. Obviously we're running the gunfighter perk on all of these guns. I think I said that in the intro, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's what we're running on all of these guns. So we have the 8 attachments. So basically we're sticking on the Microflex LED to take up the optic slot. It's a nice optic. Obviously if you have a different optic that you prefer, use that. But for this case, the Microflex LED is my preferé, which is I think French for preference. Muzzle. Pulling up a screenshot now of the Socom Eliminator, which gives us 85% muzzle flash concealment, plus 17% vertical recoil control, while minusing 10% shoot movement speed and 10% horizontal recoil control. Personally, don't mind the horizontal recoil control getting minused because I do have a way to get it back. That's why I did it. I'm not an idiot. And obviously enjoy the fact we're getting 17% vertical recoil control, which is going to be insane. It means the gun doesn't go up at all. You can see in the gameplay. And then 85% muzzle flash concealment. It's a win. If you can use this gun in Warzone as well, that's still pretty good because Warzone's a bigger map, so it's even more effective. But 85% muzzle flash concealment basically is pretty good. There's videos explaining why I'm not using the 100% one, so maybe look for them on YouTube. But I know what I'm doing, and just trust me, the 85% one will do. It'll keep you off the map unless some guy is literally touching you. Then for the barrel, we're running a 19.7 inch Ranger, which is going to give us 100% bullet velocity and minus 20% aim walk movement speed. I don't mind losing 20% aim walk movement speed. It's not the best thing in the world, but I think I get it back later on. I'm not too sure. Let me have a look at my list of stats here in front of me. Yeah, we do. Okay, we do. So don't worry about that. Just enjoy you're getting 100% bullet velocity, which means your bullets move twice as fast. So that means they're going to register quicker, which means you can hit shots quicker, which means you're doing more damage quicker. It's basically doubling your DPS. We're going to get the steady aim laser, which is going to give us that's for the body, by the way. We're getting a steady aim laser. It's going to give us 20% hip fire. Pretty needy with no negatives, so we're just going to take what we can get. On the barrel, we're going with the SFOD speed grip, which is going to give us 10% sprint movement speed and plus 75% horizontal recoil control. They're very good, especially at 75% horizontal recoil control. You're hearing me right. That's why we lost a bit earlier, you know. We lost, with the other attachment, we lost 10%, so we're still getting 65% horizontal recoil control, and that's pretty insane. Along with the 10% sprint movement speed, so we're getting a bit more speed with the gun. Now time for the cons. We do lose 6% movement speed. We do lose 6% shoot movement speed, and we lose 6% aim walk movement speed. Again, I'm willing to take that to get 75% horizontal recoil control. I think it's a pretty good trade-off. And that's for your underbarrel. Moving on to the magazine, we're going to run the jungle style mag, which gives us 20% reload quickness. There is another one you can run, which is going to give you more capacity, but it does slow your reload speed down. And I didn't personally, I didn't want that on this gun. It feels like it's too slow. So that's just my preference. Handle, we're going with the airborne elastic wrap, which is going to give us plus ADS time, plus flinch resistance, and then the ability to be able to drop shot. They are all very good. And then the cons, 10% shoot movement speed we're going to lose, and 15% sprint to fire speed. And I know that you're thinking at this point that we're losing a lot of speed with the gun, but look, I'll be able to turn it around with these next few attachments well, specifically the next attachment. With the stock, we're going to run the Raider stock, giving us 30% sprint to fire speed. So now we're actually in the positive on sprint to fire speed. It's going to give us aim walk movement speed as well, and we're only going to lose 30% hip fire accuracy. I don't mind that because I have built the gun so it's pretty fast and accurate, no recoil. So look at it in the background, man. Look at it in the background. It's just beaming through people, it's tearing through people, there's no recoil, it doesn't move. I'm on keyboard and mouse, by the way, so if you're on controller, recoil doesn't exist, because you have the aim assist kind of keeping it in place. Look at that, it's insane. It doesn't move. You put it on the head, it stays on the head, it doesn't even budge. I've probably built the best gun. This is probably the best class I've ever built, in my opinion. And it's not that slow, like aim walk movement speed, it's not that bad. You can literally see me, there's no problem with it at all. So we're going to move on to the next class real quick. Right, now we're on to loadout 2, which is going to be my MP5. We're going to be playing on a bit of Raid, just to give you a bit of Black Ops 2 nostalgia. It's a pretty nice map, it's very colourful as well. So for the optic, we're using the quick dot LED, no positives, no negatives, just a quick dot LED, just to give it a bit of nice. I know you don't really run a scope on the MP5 from Modern Warfare, but I can't stand using the scope, not using the scope on this MP5 for some reason. It just pisses me off. So yeah, no positives, no negative, just for a nice little scope. I think we're running a different reticle on it as well. Then from muzzle, we're using the Flash Guard 9, which is going to give us 90% muzzle flash concealment. I don't like using the ones with 100% because the negatives are too bad, and I don't like that. So I'd rather save ourselves very bad negatives and just, you know, it's 10%, man. It literally means if someone's on the other side of a wall, they can hear you shooting. But sure, it doesn't make out, and even if you have a suppressor, they're still going to hear the shots if they're decent players. And if they're not decent players, you don't need to worry about them hearing you because you'll still kill them. See? Common sense. The barrel, we're going with the 9.5 inch Ranger, which is going to give us plus 100% bullet velocity, which basically means the bullet speed is doubled and then the drop off is minus by 50%. Basically that's what that means. So your bullets are going to hit people twice as fast, and you can notice it. Like there, I almost tried to compete with an AOR, but it didn't work. But you can definitely notice the speed difference almost enables this gun to compete with an AOR. Don't try it unless you get first shots like that and like that. Okay, if not, it's very hard to hit. Then we're gonna run that was the barrel running that was the 9.5 inch Ranger barrel. That also does minus us 25% aim walk movement speed. So we're a bit slower on ADS, but if you're like me, you can look at that as a positive, which means you're just not moving as fast, so it's easier for you to hit shots. It is harder for you to. It's easier for them to hit you though because you're moving slower. But that's my input on that. For the body, we're going to use the steady aim laser, which is going to give us plus 15% hip fire accuracy. No negatives with it, so that's good. You can use a different body if you want it, just that one doesn't give us any negatives, so we're going to roll with it. The other two, I think, that don't give negatives, give you 20% hip fire, like basically name pop-up range, or 60%. Plus 60% name pop-up range, so like the names will pop up, but that's when you're ADS. Sorry, a bit gassed up there. Underbarrel, we're running the Field Agent grip. This is a very good grip. It's going to give us 6% vertical recoil control, 20% horizontal recoil control, which is needed with this gun because it wiggles from left to right a lot. The up and down recoil is pretty easy to control on it. Again, we do lose 30% shoot movement speed, so it just every attachment so far and on every gun that's really been dramatically negative is it's making us less mobile. But if you can play pretty good, like you see, it's not causing me a problem. I know I'm only playing against bots, but still my movement is still on par. That I put myself into good positions to start shooting. I don't start shooting in the open because that's only when it's a problem. Like there, I'm behind the car, I'm staying tight to that ledge so he can't see me. I move to this cover and I take him out. Yeah, I mean, it's all down to the way you played. So basically, to me, they're not even negatives because I play so well. I'm not tooting my own horn around. I'm just saying most people can play if they wanted to. They can learn how to play and just stay close to surroundings. So movement speed doesn't matter. But anyway, moving on. That was the underbarrel magazine. We're going with the jungle style mag, which is going to give us plus 18% reload quickness. I think I got that right. Plus 18% reload quickness. That's pretty good. We're going to take all we can get. Moving on, the handle is going to be the airborne elastic wrap, which is going to give us 30% ADS time, 90% flinch resistance, and then the drop shot ability. That's all good because we want that ADS time to be 30%. We get nice fast ADS, especially on an MP5, which is an SMG, so that's going to be important. Flinch resistance is very important, especially the way I play. I'm kind of competing with medium range, I would say. And when I get hit with a few shots, I don't need my gun spazzing all over the place because I need to make every shot count because it's not meant for that range, so it's super important. And then obviously be able to drop shot. You seen a minute ago maybe, unless I had a screenshot up, but I did a drop shot and I tried to wall bang, but it didn't go to plate, but still the drop shot option was there. Negatives on the handle is going to be minus 10% shoot movement speed again, and a minus 15% sprint to fire time. Sprint to fire time is all chill though, because I'm going to move on to the next attachment, which is the stock, which is going to be the no stock, which is going to give us 30% sprint to fire time, which is going to give us, that doesn't affect recoil by the way, having no stock on this MP5. It does minus 15% hip fire accuracy, but I don't mind that. I really don't, because I had an attachment on earlier that gave us 15% hip fire accuracy, so it evens out. So there's basically no negative on that stock, but there was no positive with the steady aim laser that I used on the body to give us that 15% hip fire accuracy. But then I'm taking my 30% sprint to fire time, because we did lose 10%. I think it was 10%. It was 15% on the last attachment, so we still gained 15%. So that's always pretty good. Then the overview, you know, it's a pretty good gun. It's pretty solid. I would say the AK-74U, for some people, they're going to feel the AK-74U is better than this. In my personal opinion, I still like the MP5 better than the AK-74U. But nothing's going to beat the next gun that's going to take the #1 spot, which I'm going to roll now. Right, so moving on to number 1. Number 1 is going to be the AUG. This thing is a burst rifle, but it's so overpowered. And I'm going to get straight into it. It's probably the most overpowered gun in the game, in my opinion, especially for multiplayer. I'm not sure about Warzone. I'm not really into that whole meta yet, so I can't really speak on it because I don't want to give you false information. But definitely pretty good in multiplayer. It's probably on par with the M16. It kind of depends your playstyle a bit more. This gun is more aggressive and more fast with a bit more kick. So, you know, they're still both very good guns. They probably come in very close. It just depends on the player. We're going to get into it with the optic. We're going to have the mil-stop reflex. No positives, no negatives like the rest of them, just to have a nice precision sight. Muzzle, we're going to have the flashguard 5.56 once again, which is going to give us 90% muzzle flash concealment. I've explained why in the past guns, why I'm using that one. The barrel, 17-inch titanium is what it's called. It's going to give us 21% fire rate, which is very, very good. But the negative is we lose 25% effective damage range, so the gun does take the full second burst to kill at very far ranges, but it's not that big of a deal, trust me. It doesn't affect, because let's say someone's far away. If they're close, they're just going to take one burst, okay? But if they're far away, it's going to take 2 bursts to the body, but it doesn't actually take 2 bursts, it takes 4 shots. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have the first shot on the last burst. So you have, let's just say you have 2 bursts, so that's like 2 sets of 3. The first set of 3 all hit, then with your last burst, you only need to hit 1, but at further ranges you still need to hit 3. So it doesn't make a difference, it still takes 2 bursts is what I'm trying to say. So it literally does nothing. The body, we're going to run a mounted flashlight, which gives us 20% reveal distance, which is just a W. You can use the other one that gives you 60% reveal distance when you're ADS'd, or you can use the one that gives you 15% hip fire accuracy. I personally just wanted that one because, like I said in the different video, is the M16, but I don't like hip firing with bursts. It's very inaccurate. The under barrel is going to be the front grip, which is going to give us 30% horizontal recoil control, no negatives, so that's why we have that on. Horizontal as well, like with any burst, it wiggles left and right a lot, so that's the main reason you miss shots. So when you have it like this with a 30% horizontal recoil, it keeps the gun just going up, not really left and right, so that's super important. Then in the magazine you kind of have 2 options. You have the one that makes you reload faster, don't know what it's called, but in this case we're using the 45 round drum, which is going to give us 50% mag ammo capacity, 50% starting ammo capacity, and 50% ammo capacity. This is going to help going for those streaks and whatnot, and especially if you're running scavenger, you can hold more ammo and you're going to get more ammo off dead bodies. Only con is 10% reload quickness, so you're a bit slower on that end when you're trying to hit a reload, but trust me, it's not that much of a deal. For the handle, we're going to run the airborne elastic wrap once again. That's going to give us 30% aim down sight time, 90% flinch resistance, and the ability to drop shot. So they're all good things. Don't really need to go too in depth on them. The 90% flinch resistance is pretty good. As far as cons with that attachment, we're going to have minus 15% shoot movement speed and minus 15% sprint to fire time. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world, so we'll take it. Sprint to fire time is a bit of a loss, but watch with the next attachment, like every other gun, we're going to bring out that radar pad stock again, and it's going to give us plus 30% sprint to fire time, plus 40% aim walk movement speed, so all of our speed issues are fixed. And we do lose minus 30% hip fire accuracy, but this doesn't affect me. You might feel different, so you might use a different attachment, but I have built this gun basically so hip fire, you shouldn't have to hip fire. It aims pretty fast and it's pretty accurate at range, so you shouldn't have to hip fire with this thing. You should be always able to aim down sight faster than everybody else, and that's the kind of way I've built it. Yeah, and just so you know, with all those classes, I'll give you the perk run through right now. For the overview, secondary is just like it's a meh, you know, it doesn't matter what secondary you use. Tactical is going to be a stim shot, the lethal is going to be a semtex, the field upgrade is a field mic, perk 1 is going to be paranoia, perk 2 is scavenger, perk 3 is ghost, and the wild card is going to be gunfighter. So that's all the perks, they're all the same for every class, just letting you know. So that's all I've got. It's a late night here, I'm literally dying. It's a day after Christmas, day after Christmas Eve. It's Christmas. I'm making this video. Not even lying, I'm sitting here before going to bed. So I would really greatly appreciate it if you hit that sub button, it would mean so much. But then again, I'm not trying to sympathize you. If you want to sub by now, you probably already subbed by now, so it's not a big deal. I'm out of here. Hit the like button, even if you don't want to sub, just hit the like button, show your support. I'm out of here though. Thanks for watching. And if you've made it to the end, like I said a minute ago, hit that sub button. I'm out of here.